So a lot of people keep asking me, when should I sell my Shiba Inu? When should I take profits? What price should I do it at? And these are all great questions. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you exactly what to do. But what I more focus on is time rather than price, because there are points at the market cycle where we start to go through cool downs, where we get some retracements. And those have been identified from cycle to cycle. And what's interesting is we may have, in fact, figured out when the market top is going to be. And you guys are not going to want to miss this. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I've seen a lot of people say recently, oh yeah, I'm dumping my bags. I'm calling it quits. I'm just moving on. And what's interesting about that is this is not the time in a market cycle when people should be taking profits. Now, that being said, people can do what they want, or where people should be playing games or anything like that. This is about the moment where the market begins to heat up. Obviously, I talked about in my earlier Shib video what I think is coming from here. Shib is right above its long-term trend line. It's right above its 200-day moving average. This is a natural bounce point for Shiba Inu, and this is frankly where I believe Shib is going to make its run to new all-time highs. Now, this isn't a guarantee. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And obviously, we've targeted, somewhere up in that 3013 through 3019 range. I know it's kind of a wide range. And what's interesting about this market cycle is this is going to be the first time we're getting into mass adoption. The waves of people, the waves of capital are going to be bigger. So it's really tough to gauge where Shib is going to stop here. But again, we have a lot of great things working in our favor. We have major conviction from its holders. We have this removal of supply from exchanges, all these things that have been, extremely beneficial to us during the bear market cycle and into the early part of the bull. They're still present, but they're on an even bigger level, and it continues to grow. And that is going to make some of these surges for Shiba Inu, when retail excitement is high, when adoption's happening, it's going to make them even bigger. All right. So this is really what I'm looking forward to. This is why this next leg in the crypto market gets really, really exciting. And so what that means is when we look back, historically speaking, sometime around March, April, May is when I'm looking at taking some of my first profit in Shib. So that would be as Shib is kind of topping out this next range here. And really what we have to look at and watch for is sentiment. Are we in too much of an extreme greed phase? Are we seeing assets way into the overbought territory on the daily? Obviously, when we look at the weekly charts for Shiba Inu, the RSI is still kind of dead center. So we have a lot of room to move in a short period of time. And the thing I want to remind people about as well is that, Shiba Inu is technically the quote unquote cheapest asset in the top 20. It has the lowest price up here. So this is a natural point for new retail to flock to. Now, when we go into the summer, I would expect a correction and a cool down like we typically see before we start to gear up for the late fall move, kind of like what we did back here, right? Major extension, correction along the way, right? And then obviously the blow off that we experience in the latter part of the market cycle is the one that really melts faces. This is where Shiba Inu last did a 10x over the course of 30 days, right? Now, do I think that's going to happen again? I don't know about a 10x in 30. I mean, well, I don't want to say it's not going to happen, right? Because again, a lot of those things that were present at that time are even bigger and more exacerbated now. And Shiba Inu may be one that tries to attack the top 5 assets in all of crypto. This isn't a guarantee or anything like that, but we've had discussions about what this date is going to look like. And I've consistently said sometime around October of 2025 would make a lot of sense. And actually what's interesting is there was a post by Benjamin Cohen. For those that aren't familiar with him, he's been a market analyst for a long period of time. He's more of a BTC guy. But what he said was historically the BTC market top is when or just before the 200-week moving average or 200-week SMA crosses the prior all-time high, something to keep in mind. And this is an incredibly good find because when we look back at prior market cycles, we can see this 200 SMA, which is this green line right here, topping out the market right at about the point that it crosses that prior all-time high. That's right about where the top is. So I traced this back. I looked at some of these prior all-time highs. Sure enough, right here, right as it's crossing it, market peaked and started correcting. So this is actually a very good reference point for people to, and actually even here, right as this just began, I mean, this can be dated back cycle after cycle after cycle. So when we look at where the trajectory of this 200 week SMA is headed towards, what's interesting is it looks like right at about that time, if momentum carries the way that it is now, if obviously BTC starts running even a little hotter than where it's at currently, we could see that right around October, November, December. So that would be the point where I am looking at taking major portions of profit when it comes to Shiba Inu. Now, me personally, guys, I am not dumping my entire bag. I am holding on to a decent portion of what I have. Most assets are going to be between 10 to 20%. And the reason why I'm doing that is if we get a super cycle, if this is the market cycle to break market cycles, the 4-year structure that we typically see, if there is a breakdown of this and we start going on just this insane boom because of mass adoption, things are going to get incredibly unpredictable. And I want to make sure, obviously, I have some bag to prepare for that. So that's kind of my plan for this market cycle. Those are the kind of timelines I'm watching. That's when I'm planning on taking profit. Obviously, I'm going to mention on here if I do plan on, or if I do take some of that profit in my in my Patreon or my Discord, I give you guys more of an update of that. Like as soon as it happens, I let you know. You get access to me as well. So feel free to check that out. Links in the description below. And again, some of these long positions that I have open in terms of Shiba Inu, like this one that's currently down 75%, or this one that is currently up 22%. Those I'm holding on to right now because I'm kind of feeling this next pump is about to begin. So things are about to start heating up. So again, if you guys do want to obviously check out Margex or BTCC, there's a referral link in the description below. You can earn up to $10,000 in deposit and trading bonuses. There's no KYC on BTCC. You can earn a 10% deposit on your first time deposit above $500. So let me know your thoughts. When are you taking profit with Shiba Inu? When are you planning on unloading your bags? Is there a certain price point? Is there a certain timeline? But have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.